can you laugh at a time like this? How can you joke and dance around and be easy at a time like this? How can you post videos, living your life, loving your family at a time like this? I saw a video of a black mutual of mine who was essentially asked those questions in response to him posting a funny post on the same day that ICE had taken yet another life. How can you? Now, this is someone who posted conscious content on the regular, along with other personal, relatable content. But on this particular day, the question was, how could you? As if he was shirking a responsibility, with the implication that it should be all hands on deck at a time like this. A time like what? To who? A time like the Triangle Trade, slavery, the Jim Crow era, the Holocaust, a time like the genocide, Reconstruction, the Civil Rights era, a time like the crack era, the LA Rebellion, mass incarceration era, a time like what? And for who? Black Americans, people with disabilities, Palestinians, Congolese, poor people, a time like what? For who? Now, to be clear, I am not an absolutist, and I am certainly not an isolationist. I'm not one of the "this is not our problem" black folks. Most intelligent and informed black people know good and well that if they do that to y'all, they'll do worse to us. History has shown us as much. So we're gonna do what we do because it's what we have always had to do through generations of times like this, trying to ring the alarm for those of you who wasn't trying to hear it until the time came that it was your turn. But we black parents have been sending our children out into the world knowing that they could get Emmett Till, they could get Trayvon Martin, they could get Mike Brown and be villainized posthumously over a cigarillo or a bottle of orange juice. And when we say that our lives matter, have many of you retort with all lives matter. People who are suspiciously silent at the moment, especially those of the white lives matter variety. One wonders why, but I digress. It has always been a time like this for us. Those of us who've had to learn to live and love and laugh under duress for the entirety of our time here. Generations of us who've always known what you were just now discovering. That it's not that to white supremacists we are nothing but collateral damage. It's that to white supremacists we are nothing. And now you know, white supremacy was not created for white people. White people were created for white supremacy. It will always be a time like this for people like us and you. Not like us. Unless you are black, and I don't mean everybody black. Stay out of black folks' comments trying to dictate how we cope at a time like this. For me, that means posting content that will inspire, not just enrage. I will continue to love, laugh, be the best me that I can be for those whom I'm here to serve. But it is not up to you to dictate how we do what we do at a time like this. We out here.
For all the black Americans saying ICE isn't our problem, you do realize that they're kidnapping black Americans.
I myself am a Haitian American. I'm not a black American. So if black Americans don't mind me speaking up for y'all just for a few, that, it's up to y'all. This man talked about some ICE is over there kidnapping black Americans too. They've been kidnapping black Americans for 400 years. Your forefathers literally dragged their asses over here across the Atlantic. Skin the hell out of them, their women and their men and their children, wore their skin for shoes. And then once slavery was abolished, then you guys started kidnapping them again during the Jim Crow era, doing stuff with ropes and trees. That's the best way to put it. And then you guys would innocently throw black people in prison. You guys would kidnap them by being modern slave catchers, cops, throwing them in the system. And you guys are still doing that to this day. White people have been kidnapping the hell out of black Americans for quite some time now. They're not new to this. Now, me as a Haitian, I'm going to go out there and continue to fight. Because at the end of the day, my people are not from America. They're from Haiti. And we were privileged to be here. So Haitians getting kidnapped, Haitians getting thrown in cages, that's my problem, not black Americans' problem. So I'm going to speak up for that. Black Americans ain't got to do shit. Don't you think they sacrificed enough? Don't you think they sacrificed enough? They're not even allowed to reclaim their own culture because you guys constantly bite the hell off of them. Hip-hop, clothes, jazz, rock and roll. I mean, haven't y'all stolen enough from them? Haven't y'all kidnapped enough from them? Come on, man.
Hey, beautiful people. So I just made a video. It's about white folks and how they are always in our business, always stealing, always taking more, give me mine. That the energy of greed, right? So what's the opposite of that? I would say the opposite of that energy is feeling at ease with what you have, right? Feeling grateful with what you have. Looking for my lipstick. Feeling grateful with where you are, with what you have. Feeling gratitude. Feeling appreciative for what's there, you know? Just being grateful, being content. Knowing that you are enough. Knowing that you have enough. Knowing that what you need will be there when you need it. I guess for certain people that hasn't always been the reality, and maybe that's just deep into the code. It's just deeply embedded into certain people. I don't know. Either way, ultimately, we are all one, right? Ultimately, we are all, it's one love. It's one consciousness. It is one totality. And, of course, division exists. For example, I feel like the reason you have extreme poverty is because there is extreme wealth. There are people that own so much, which means that there are people that own so little, that have so little ownership, so little ownership over possessions that they almost don't have ownership of themselves. They don't even have ownership over their own will, their own willpower. They have so little power because there are people that there's energies that have so much power, frequencies. So sometimes I'll be feeling like these aren't even people, because like it's like on such an extreme level. I guess it's just there's just so much range, and life is just so dynamic, and everything is so dynamic, and there's so many different flavors, and there's just a spectrum. I hope I am making sense to you. I know I'm making sense, but trying to communicate in this English language that is not an indigenous language. It's influenced by indigenous peoples and indigenous words, most likely. I can't think of any examples, but language is ever so transforming. Like, how I communicate is based off of my lived experiences and all the influences that have rubbed off and shaped me and my communication style, the words that I choose, how I inflect my sentences, where I enunciate, where I put emphasis, rather. All of it is connected, right? And so here I am just yapping in nature, where I feel the safest, where I am reminded of what I am truly at my core. We are who we surround ourselves with, and that includes nature. Like, we are influenced by our environment, period, no matter if it's people, children, the elderly, animals, coral reefs, like whatever it is that you spend time with, whatever it is that you study, whatever it is that you invest your energy and attention into. And as I was saying before, not everybody can choose that, or at least their willpower is so diminished, their attention span and their control over themselves is so absent. It's not fully absent. It's never, because if it's fully absent, then you're in totality, and that's beautiful. As above, so below. As within, so without. Anyway, I'm just yapping. Just did my lipstick. Just did the lip combo. Y'all like it? How'd I do? Anyway, check out the latest video. What do y'all think? Sometimes I feel like the solution to what I'm talking about in the video, which is why do these people keep messing with us? But now you have the situation where, you know, rest in peace to our cousins, our American cousins that have been executed and gunned down in cold blood, in broad daylight. A lot of the attention is not on us right now. I feel like, I love how Americans are, black melanated Americans are standing down in our own way. Like we're sitting in our power, we're sitting back in our power, taking a seat back, because sometimes you want to do that, right? Like sometimes you don't always want the attention on you. Like sometimes it's wise to not be the loudest person in the room, to be bringing the most attention to yourself. Sometimes it's wise to just move in silence, to be underestimated, to move unnoticed, you know, to have that cat-like energy, the Sphinx-like energy, mysteriousness, and just having an unknown thing about you. The more there's attention on you, the more you're studied, the more you're examined. And honestly, sometimes it's like a moth to a flame. Like you can't help but be attracted to it. Like it's still gonna always bring attention naturally, just because of how beautiful it is. But it's also to embody being unassuming as well. So I feel like that's what we've been doing, and good for us, because yeah, we can't fight every fight. I don't think we need to fight every fight. I love what people are saying online. Like we don't need to fight every fight. And I think there are fights and battles that we do have, but they're unique, right? They're very unique to us, to melanated beings globally. They're very unique to indigenous people. And so I think we're doing our own thing. And I think, like, you know, with COINTELPRO and different initiatives by the CIA, by whichever American government federal agency, whatever they be creating, they just be creating stuff. But like, yeah, they've always, you know, had moles. They've always had folks that are in the business, right? And spies, basically, and folks who can infiltrate and making people who want to use against us just minding our own business, and us just trying to support ourselves, and just trying to like lift our communities up and support ourselves. There's like folks that will try to tear that down and prevent you from doing that. Like that's so weird. That's different. And that's that white people stuff for real. Because I mean, I guess there's also, you always have your you know, your raccoons out here, and you know, they be lurking too. All skin folk ain't kin folk, you know, how that saying goes. So I think at the end of the day, it is an energy thing, but there's still a tendency of certain things. And maybe it's just about natural beings, like folks who are natural. Maybe it's just about getting back to being natural. Maybe it's not necessarily giving power to all melanated people, or, you know, just allowing us to do what we need to do, and not even giving it to us, but just, well, for folks to really accept it and understand that that's what's inevitable, and that's just what's gonna have to happen, because naturally Indigenous people have the most respect with nature. And so if you're gonna have somebody lead you in a certain project, or like if you want to accomplish a certain thing, it's best to consult the people who are experts and who are the most knowledgeable about whatever the topic is, and whatever that just informs and can provide valuable information and be an asset to move in the movement forward, for essential for progress. And so I feel like consulting Indigenous people, and not just consulting us, but just allowing us to lead and just pave the way, continue to pave the way, and just get into our ways again, and on a global scale, on a deep like refresh, like everybody's on program, on code. That's a beautiful world. And whoever is able to make it into that, like whoever is able to, because you have to accept it. If you don't accept it, you're gonna get left into like a really sad, sick world. And so it's just like, let's just relax into it. But so go ahead and check out the video. So this is a video promoting my other video. Y'all, I'm gonna be real and candid. It took me so long to make that video. Like, it took me so long to come up with some more content of what I wanted to speak about in an authentic, organic, not forced manner, in a natural manner, because everything's got to be natural. Everything's got to have ease and flow, because that's how nature does it. We have to stay steady, we have to be patient, we have to be present. And I mean, we get to be all these things. It's natural to be in these states if we just allow it. It's just, we be doing the most, and we do the extra stuffs. But it's like, when we remove the extra stuffs, that's what's natural. Like, what's natural is what is natural. That's it. To be natural means, like, it's the default program. It's the default program. So there's a lot of other programs that have been placed upon us, right? So if we can remove those programmings, then what's left is what's natural. And that's a beautiful thing. So that's why the stillness is important. And if you're going to watch content, to be watching content like this, because hopefully I'm calming. Hopefully I'm not inducing any anxiety in you. Hopefully you're like, matter of fact, reminding you to breathe, take a moment and be present, and to be enjoying whatever it is that you're doing. If you're driving, if you're cleaning, to be mindful while you're doing it, to be present in your body, in tune with what your body feels, tuning in to your body, checking in with your body, and just always moving like that, because nature is very in tune. Nature is so sensitive. Like, think of how interconnected, and how there's so many things communicating at any given time to each other. It's like the network is so linked, and we're so inspired by nature, but we don't do it right. Like, we might as well, like, why are we don't need to try to recreate God. Like, we really don't. Like, so some of us need to relax, and that's where the whole concept of like having an absence of greed, and just like being okay with what is, and a lot of things in life are simple, and a lot of things in nature are simple and like fundamental and foundational. So I'm just yapping away, and once again, go ahead and watch the video. I'm gonna have it linked at the end of this, but let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think that this is the solution for white people, is to like just have the conversations internally with their people and do that work? Like, why do you want to do work in other countries? Like, why do you want, like, if there's homelessness in the United States, why not do work in the United States to build like tiny houses to house people who are on the streets, to educate folks about safety, about drug usage, just different things, making things accessible for folks. Like, there's so much helping people with paperwork, helping people with rides, giving people rides to and from, because, you know, not everywhere is walkable. It's so hard not having a car. And in LA, we don't really have the best busing system. So in the video that I just came out with, I talk about Skid Row, which is in California, where I'm from. And, you know, California has a lot of unhoused people because it's the Sunshine State. So it's like, if you're gonna be homeless, at least, like, being homeless is living outdoors, right? Like, I'm outdoors right now. This be some homeless people reality, like, forever. So it's basically like the outdoors is your home. So why would you want to live in the snow? Like, you don't want to live in the snow. You want to be outside. I'm not homeless, but I'm choosing to be outside right now. So you want to be in a place where people would, like, it's not that bad, at least being outside. Like, if you got to be outside, at least outside is nice, you know? So California is a great place for that. Anywhere where there's, like, nature and it's warm, and it's warm, and it's warm. Cute. It's got to be warm. Like, warmth is natural. Warmth implies the sun is there. So I like the warmth. I feel like that's just, my melanin likes to charge, you know. My melanin likes to charge, and so the sun feels good for me, and that's at least what's natural for me. That's all I can speak on. Like, that's all I could ever speak on. But I feel like if you know, you know, and if you feel a certain connection, or if you feel what I'm saying, and you also happen to be melanated, then it is something, because I don't necessarily need people to validate me to know what my truth is. Like, for truth to resonate within me, that truth resonates within me. Like, I don't think I'm crazy, so I feel like I'm gonna just do what is natural for me, and I learn from nature. I feel like we can all just learn from nature. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna just continue meditating out here. I hope y'all have a beautiful day. Make sure to check out the video and give this one a like as well, and share it with your friends. Peace.
First of all, that paleface needs to mind his business, okay?